game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. And the Pirates will get us started with the opening kickoff. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hatchett. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wolfpack offense comes out to get things started in this one. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about, all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. The give to the back. Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. And they're able to get him down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Got it near midfield. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So East Carolina's offense will have its first possession of the game. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quarterback on the keeper. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so...
Intercepted! They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Got it in the middle, it's Bland. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Guys, let's talk a little bit about NC State. Biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a three-star defensive line. A guy like that that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
To the ground, he's got it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Back to pass on second down. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback is... There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Complete to the left. There he goes. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Let's go! Let's go! Run in the red zone. It's Stockton. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. NC State with a fresh set of downs thanks to that running game. Base 27 jump. Base 27 jump. With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive.
He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
He'll bring it out. It's late. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure coming. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Intercepted, a first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Creates a little room. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And on 3rd down, he calls his own number. Really nice job by the quarterback, making the decision, being decisive. He does a good job going, getting the 1st down, a new set of downs for this offense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, you've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Absolutely center cut. And now the lead's extended a little further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down. Pass completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Quick completion to the right. Just keeps moving. Touchdown, Pirates. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
Here he comes with the return. And the returner will be knocked down. Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's...
It's a running one. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. They'll give it to him again. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They want to throw it. They'll run the screen. Turning it on! They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Got his man to the left. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they wanted more.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
Big fella moving. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to power it in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Back open in the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Everybody lined up, quickly snapped and spiked to stop the clock. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Quarterback may change this route. It's complete to the left. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and
oh, he's got some space. At the 30. 10. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hatchett. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. You can feel the momentum starting to swing in this stadium. It's 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option. The give. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll go right back to the run. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. A designed run for the quarterback. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
if I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it. There he goes. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Pirates with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on third down. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Pirates are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll run the option. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, ECU. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He's got the tight end. He's into the end zone. The two-point conversion makes it a two-possession game and a 9-point lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. It's Bland. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. Give to the running back. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
He'll do it himself on the draw.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, that play didn't stand a chance. I mean, nobody even blocked that guy. And he's able to get the tackle for loss.
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man on the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to eat that clock, let it tick down. A field goal here, I'm up by 2 possessions. I'm still in a very good place. I don't have to get over-aggressive, Jesse, if I don't want to.
No, you can put this game out of reach, too. You can score a touchdown. This thing's basically over. And you know, at this area of the field, it's really hard to throw the football because the windows are so small. So be the more physical team. Go ice this game.
Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, East Carolina. And they take it in for 6 more points. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executing in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous footing. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Miami. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath.
Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Newton. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. NC State going up tempo.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. He'll pull it down and run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On third going to have to throw for it. Looking for a big gain. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll ride the hot hand. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Pirates can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. On the option, he'll pitch it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. Gets it out fast. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Leaves it with the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Going to swing it on second down. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues.
Touchdown, Pirates! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll start this drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Here's the handoff. Breaks the tackle.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
They'll go to the air on second and short. Catch in the middle, it's Cook. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Looking to throw on first down. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Oh, he's going to bring it out. And the returner is stopped. This drive will open from the 15. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the returner goes down. This, it'll be a wrap. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. There is a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds a